And thank you for coming back to Damp Chanel's For This World, where we do the bold and the beautiful recaps and reviews daily. Okay, it was a good day in the neighborhood. Yes, it was. It was a lot of intrigue. It was a lot of James Bond slash dollar bill 007 type work going on today. I was excited. I was thankful for the writers getting it right this time. With all the mixture of excitement you can give as far as entertainment on the soap world. Okay? Fantastic job, writers. Fantastic job. Further ado, we get right on into the first scene. We have Bill. He's attacking that gym bag like it's Ridge's face, his body, everything, his whole anatomy. And meddling messy ass RJ is behind him watching everything take place and unfold. We have Flip Flop is over Dusty Russ's office, Forced Creations, telling him about Dollar Bill and their son, Messy, Meddling RJ are together. They're spending their day together. Then we have My Sweet Katie over at Forced Creations seeing greedy ass Rick. Okay? Wanna take over Rick. And telling him about she put an offer down on the house that she wanted that's next door, of course, to Papa Bear. And everything seems to be going real well. And Rick can sense her happiness and excitement, and he's getting all giddy himself about her living next to his father in Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? So she can keep an eye on what's going on. Because again, he still don't trust Mama Bear either. But then we go to Papa Bear. He's looking for Quinn downstairs. Evidently, he must have saw Mama's Bear car outside or whatnot. And he's like, well, where is she? So she's upstairs in the bed waiting for him to come upstairs. I'm like, wait a minute now. Oh, she's supposed to be making money, making deals happen, and then come home and talk to Papa Bear. But really, Papa Bear's doing real well. He's taking strolls in the neighborhood, meeting my sweet Katie and her real estate agent. I'm like, what's going on? He need to go back to work. It's time for him to get off that sick roll, okay, or the sick and shed in list and come on back with the living, okay? Oh, but anyway, he rolls on upstairs. He finds his mama Belle in the bed waiting for him, and he is pleasantly surprised and yet intrigued, okay? Then we have Rusty Dusty. He's getting on Flip Flopper for letting their son spend any quality time or really any physical time with Dollar Bill. He's kind of disturbed and he's not liking it. Okay. Then we have Dollar Bill. He's telling Madeline RJ that this is the way he spends the beginning of his day before he interacts with any business dealings or pretty much anybody. And of course, knowing dressmaker's son, RJ, meddling as RJ, he has to be sarcastic. He's saying, oh, so you just have people put your gem here and there whenever you feel like it, at your whim. You have people just set up your stuff. You can't do it yourself. He said, exactly. That's what money is all about. You tell people what you want. You don't let them tell you what they need you to do or this, that, and the third. Okay, no. When you're in the power of money, you tend to make things happen in your way because the law of the land in this world is dollar bills. You know what I'm saying? In every current currency that you can afford them in. All right. So RJ didn't too much like that, but if he studies anything in finance and economics, he will find that money rules this world. Everything else just walks out the door. Okay, so Melanie and RJ is not really understanding still why is he spending time with, as his father say, the dressmaker, or as I'm sorry, that's what Bill refers him as his father as a dressmaker. So he's trying to figure out what can this rude warrior of a man could even think about teaching him. So it just is what it is. He just breaks it down real quick, fast, and in a hurry for RJ. He tell him, look, I'm trying to teach you how to be a man, a businessman, a thorough businessman. Okay, so you can keep all your coins, your dollars everywhere in your safe, and you can have the affordability to tell people what to do, how to do it, and when to get off. Okay, so and he's also saying he don't want to be stuck in this situation either, but his soon-to-be wife, RJ's mother, wants him to spend this time together, and so this is what he has to do to please her. So he tells RJ he's not a babysitter. No, he's a businessman. So pretty much he's telling RJ, get on the plane, okay? Because I don't take trains, I don't take buses, I take yachts and planes, okay? So either get with this mentality or get the hell on. At least that's what I tell my full grown sons, okay? Anyway, we move from that situation. We go back to greedy ass takeover Rick. He is excited with his aunt, my sweet Katie's, finally getting into that particular house and being excited about it and about buying the house. And then my sweet Katie gets a call from her real estate agent saying somebody else wants to buy, that house or that property too. And they're making a very good uh I guess, excuse me, an impression that they're going to drop more coins than Katie. So all this little stuff that Papa Bear told her about taking a lower ball price figure, this, that, and the third, she might be spending twice that to get that house. So you either going to call Papa Bear and tell her to talk to the real estate person so you can get it the way Papa Bear told you to negotiate, or lose the house and go find another house, which is probably in the long run better for you, because when Queen find out, it's gonna be some hell to pay. All right, and it's not gonna be in your favor, my sweet Katie. It's not gonna be in your favor. We move on from there. We go back to Papa Bear and Queen Bear. They're spending some grown and sexy downtime together, if you know what I mean. I'll let that soak in for you. We go to commercial. We come back. We have my sweet Katie and greedy ass Rick takeover are talking about the house. Then they go into making light conversation about how Mama Bear is really gonna feel about her living next door to her when she's already somewhat insecure about the relationship, and women just dropping by to see her man Papa Bear. And of course, greedy ass takeover Rick, his horns go up as well, his radar's up, saying, that is something we really didn't take too much time to think about. But he's trying to brush it off like everything gonna be okay. Everything gonna be fine. That's what at least that's what his dad is saying. That's what Papa Bear say. So we're gonna lean on to his kind of understanding of the situation and his knowledge of knowing his wife better than what they know her of. So we have Mama Bear and well, basically, I just made an observation that I need Mama Bear and my sweet Katie. They need to start depending on how a man give them inspiration to do what they need to do. Hell, it's already in you, women, and my fictitious characters on this show, Mama Bear and my sweet Katie. It's already in you. It's nice that a certain man could just pull those raw emotions out of you for you to be yourself and not just be that particular person that you really want to be on an everyday basis, shown to everybody every day, all day. You need to come into grips with that type of um, perception or personality you want people to have of you at all times. It shouldn't be brought out because a man is bringing it out of you. You should already have that high self esteem and high mobility thinking, mentally and physically, that you can go get what you want. You just need to work hard and diligent about it. So that's why I was kind of disappointed that and it's not just on the soap opera land, fictitious world, it's in the real world too, how women second class themselves when it comes to getting validation from a man to know their worth, and I just don't like it. But I guess sometimes it's in the stages of life that you go through that you fall um, downward in that area, thinking that only a man can put you on, or only a man can uplift you to do higher and greater things. Now they can inspire you. That's another word. They can motivate you, but it shouldn't be like, oh, if I didn't have this man in my life giving me, accolades of good things to say about me to pressure up my ego or push up my ego for me to be able to do the wonderful things that I do. Oh, I was like, okay, enough of that. Okay, then we have Mama Bear is turning on in a physical way Mr. Papa Bear, and he can't resist her charm. So of course he dives on into that bed and get busy. Then we go back, excuse me, to Dollar Bill. He's trying to teach RJ about boxing and being a man and handling himself as a man in today's world. Okay, in today's society, when you're dealing with individuals of the same sex, you know what I'm saying? And then them business dealings that need to be very much attacked in a certain way and won if that's the place or stance you're trying to take when you're dabbling in the business world and you're competing with other businessmen to reach that top stage and trying to maintain that position. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to tell the boy how to be a mover and shaker in the world of economics, finance, you know, be killed or kill in a sense. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. In the business world, slay in the business world. Okay, but he's pretty much deemed RJ as sharpshooter. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So I think I'm just not going to put the middling anymore. And I'm going to go with sharpshooter until he makes me have to put on my eyebrows. You know, when I'm going up, when I'm going down, and I side eye to that. You know what I'm saying? So I like that new name that he gave him. So I'm going to start using that for RJ. He's going to now be the sharpshooter. All right. Hopefully he's taking in all what Dollar Bill is giving him free of charge, you know. Yeah, I mean, he can have both entities of both his father's way of doing business and how he treat people, more nurturing side of that, and then he can have the go-getter mentality that he needs to have in the business world. He always need to be sharp on his thinking and sharp on his feet. Okay, because people come at you all kind of ways, and you just need to be able to defend yourself, whether it's in the court of law or it's just physical. You know what I'm saying? And mental. Okay, Rich is still trying to convince Flip Flopper to come his way. I was like, really? This is getting so old. The storyline is getting old. Pick Please put Flip Flopper with Dollar Bill. Because when he inserts or instills stuff in her, he says stuff to her, she go back and think about that thing. And then it's another whole demeanor we see of Flip Flopper. She's more like, no, we're gonna do it this way, we're not doing it that way, and that's where it is, even if she have to throw it back at Dollar Bill. You know what I'm saying? But I like to see that stableness in her and that firmness that she's not wavering on what she feels or what she wants in life. And that's why I tell people in, discussion when they hit me back in my forum after I download my videos, what I feel is going to happen, what I look for to happen, this and third. And I really want them to come together and be together as a couple, Bill and Flip Flopper, because he can teach us so much about, life in general and giving her several other perspectives to look instead of going back into the same old, drudging type relationship she's been in. So that's, like, I don't think I want to do is give them a try. Let her become Mrs. Spencer, see what happens, see what formula, plot, scenes the writer's going to write for us, and just let us see another part. Because right now I'm just so sick and tired of the destiny. You are always mine. Okay, if that's the truth, and y'all destined to be together, why can't you, meaning Flip Flopper and Dusty Rusty, keep it together? I mean, what's the matter? Okay, I'm saying some new skirt coming around, so Dusty Rusty got to run after it. So I'm like, get the heck out of Dodge on that theory. Then we have, like I said, Flip Flop is asking Rusty Dusty the tough questions, the tough relationship questions. Finally, she's asking him about his behavior, his reasoning, his purpose for her and their life together now as well as in the future. And he's talking about, oh, come on, just forget about it. Just get up and let me take you somewhere. And people, where he take her, he should have just left her at the office. He should have just left her at the office, okay? Because he's too pathetic. Then we go on from that situation. We go to Dollar Bill. He's showing sharpshooter, his safe room. And we know when I was talking about his safe room, I was like, wait a minute now, we talking about a panic room where you go when everything's just going left or south and you just need to hold up in the situation until you can figure out what's going on in the world. You know, like a catastrophe, the end of the world type situation scenario going on. Like, what's going on? But he calls it his safe room because it's full of different currencies in case he have to leave the United States and go float over in another country. He got their currency and all of that. He's showing him that. He's showing him guns. He's showing him bullets, every type of ammunition you would need to fight a war. You know what I'm saying? Because he sure wouldn't be trying to do none of that in the civilized world when he can't get business dealings to go the way he want to. You can't do all that. He got swords. I mean, he got the whole doggone suit up where you finna go to war and you're fighting against everybody. You know what I'm saying? For your life and your safety is what I'm saying. He's talking about he's the cash and king. He's the king of cash. And he wants sharpshooter to smile, at the money prospects, at the business prospects. He almost basically saying the world is your oyster. Take a bite out of it. You know what I'm saying? But we leave that situation. It was just an impressive room. Let me tell you, it was very, very impressive. Okay. But then again, as the old adage go, what is it to profit and gain the whole world and you lose your soul? We already know Dollar Bill ain't got no soul. He ain't got no soul, Lord. He just straight up money, money, money. Money's the root of all evil. He really thinks that he can buy his way out of in and everything. But we all know the truth is no, you cannot do that. Okay? But anyway, just a little dropping of knowledge to you all. But getting on from that situation, we go to Dusty Rust. He's going to show Flip Flopper how much he loves, he cares for her, and he wants to take her to a place where it will show and solidify how much he cares for her. But y'all, like I said, put it on pause, pump your brakes, because you're gonna be wanting to throw a shoe at the TV screen or you want to vomit because that's how sad and disgusting the scene was. Okay, or the levels Rusty Dusty will go to convince Brooke or Flip Flopper to stay with him. Okay? Or take another chance on him. How many chances she don't have? About 4 or 5? It ain't gonna work for the Flopper. Go for the man who constantly keep trying to make you see the wrongs in what you've always been used to taking part of. We leave that situation. We go to Papa Bear and Mama Bear. They're spending some quality, sexy, alone time together. Just got finished, doing the mambo. And Papa Bear and Mama Bear are talking about, all the doubters who tried to doubt her and this, that, and the third. She still came out on top, you know. And she's like, she's not wanting to leave that total private paradise where it's only them two on the big hill. I'm like, yeah, but once you look down that hill a little bit off to the right, you're going to see my sweet Katie. Okay. And it's going to turn your world upside down because the jealousy is just not a good fit nor look on you, Mama Bear. So pull up for you crash and burn. Pull up. I'm in your corner rooting for you. So don't disappoint us. Writers, don't disappoint us. Okay. Then we have, go get a greedy ass Rick. And my sweet Katie are talking about Mama Bear and her unstableness once again. It's never gonna go away. Y'all gonna always put her in that box. But hey, did not my sweet Katie go through some unstableness with the drinking and carrying on? And I'm like, what in the world she sitting up there having a drink with my Papa Bear? I noticed that, but didn't get a chance to talk with y'all about that. So she's really not an alcoholic now, is she? Even though they tried to play up that part, and when she gets so emotional, so that means if Mama Bear really gets on her, she gonna start back drinking again. I'm like, where's AAA when you need it? Where is AAA at? Okay. Anyway, we leave that situation. We go to Rusty Dusty. He's brought Flip Flopper to his mom's grave site, meaning Stephanie, the past matriarch Forrester, brought her to the grave site. And I guess Flip Flop is supposed to like, okay, because I was stunned just as much as Flip Flop. But why are you bringing me to your dead mama's grave, your deceased mom? You know the lady didn't like me, but yes, we did have some type of understanding prior to her leaving this world. And yes, she did say she loved me. But what else? She was trying to get in heaven's door, right? So of course she didn't want no strike against her because she knew she wasn't gonna be a part of this world no more. But even after that, they still would have been fighting and carrying on if she was still on the soaps or in this world. So I'm like, that was just a bad move, writers. A bad move and a bad look because it didn't get out of me what y'all probably was wanting to get out of me with sympathy or empathy. No, they had already made their what do you call it? They had already made their resolution or why they acted the way they acted prior towards each other prior to Stephanie's demise. So they were good when she hit, her total deep sleep. You know what I'm saying? They were cool. So why is Rusty Dusty bringing her to that situation for her to look at it from a different perspective? I don't know. Missed the whole take on that, writers. Missed the whole take. Okay. Anyway, we go back to Greedy take over Rick. And my sweet Katie, they're still looking online at the house that she's putting a bid on. And hopefully she wins the bid for the house. And she goes back to talking about Rick's dad, Papa Bear, about how informative he was and how patient he was for helping her make the decision she needed to make. And I'm like, all right, you're giving a man, a not single man at that, full attention again. He's not available. He's not single. My sweet Katie, back out that driveway while you still can. Okay, girl, that's not a good look. I'm scared for you. Okay, but anyway, we go back to Papa Bear. He's letting Mama Bear know where he was, where he had strolled off to. Meaning, he said he was going walking in the neighborhood, just living life, smelling the roses, and looking at all the beauty, around him. Then he came up on. I forgot what he said the previous owner's name was, but he did call it out. I think it started with a G or something, but that's irrelevant. And their house was on sale. He was just trying to be nosy and go on in there and see who's trying to buy this lovely house that's adjacent to his. You know what I'm saying? Kind of meet the new neighbors. And lo and behold, it was his son, Rick, as well as my sweet Katie up in there. But I'm like, come on, Eric, now. You had already got a phone call from your son Rick telling you to meet you over there at their house. So you ain't really giving a 411, but I understand you have, you coming back from being on the sick list. So you don't want to have anything, to fight about with Mama Bell since you already throw down that pipe and everything good in the neighborhood. At least that's what you think at this time. But, it's like once you told Mama Bell that news, she just turned another whole degree for coldness. She started going down south thinking about, okay, now why is this woman trying to, what do you call it? Interfere, which is not the word I'm looking for, but just trying to be a part of her territory when she already gave her forewarning to step off and stay quietly away until she summons her to come. And it probably won't be a summons or invitation unless Papa Bear wants to see her presence. You know what I'm saying? But she's not gonna make it easy for her. So she's feeling some kind of way towards the negative about that newfound information that was just dropped at her doorstep. Then we leave that situation. We go back to Dollar Bill. He's telling Sharpshooter how he stressed and lives and pretty much just eat, sleep, and think money. He calls it's his security and it never disappoints him. Okay. He said the four things that are only relevant to him at this time is his kids, his company, Brooke, of course, and money. And then he had to emphasize again on the money. He said, that's just like how that just rolls off your tongue. Money, 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 more money, more money, more money. Get money, get money, ba-ba, get money. He just loves it. It just puts him into like a kid state, and he's just giggly with it because he's on top. The money's rolling. He getting whatever he want. It's just a beautiful thing in dollar bill world. So he just wanted him to like smell the money, breathe the money. He said, smell it. He put it up. He put the money right up under his nose. I like now. Dollar bill, you just too much. You too much. But it was my excitement, my entertainment that the writers gave me. So that the month, that Don Demont. he was on it. He was on it today. So I really appreciate his acting abilities and the writers writing that part in. But I'm sure he superseded what they wanted him to give them on that particular part of that episode. Okay, so I have to say kudos and congratulations. You got my interest. And I was like glued to the TV. Okay. But anyway, we go back to Flip Flopper and Dusty Rusty. They are talking about how Stephanie loved her and how his dead mom would want them to be together. I said, low blow, put flag on play. It doesn't have anything because she had bad times with your mother too, Rusty Dusty. She called her the walking whore going around there. Okay, it's some bad points, but they were both able to overlook everything and come together for her last days in this world. You know what I'm saying? So, no. No, that's not a good thing. That it means no, that's not something that's gonna make me, if I was in her position, come to you. I would just slap you in the face and say you could have did better, bringing me to your dead mama's grave site. Are you kidding me? Anyway, we go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and boop, boop, boop. I think that's pretty much it. What I have for the stories, but just to say, shoot, that was something good. I was like, all righty. What you need to do, Flip Flopper, is drop him like a bad habit and move on. Move on. Float on with Bill, dollar Bill. At least he's looking out for your security in the world. And he's pretty much looking at you for a trophy wife or conquest, just like you throwing up in Ridge's face about, okay, when somebody else comes that's younger, that's more beautiful, that's more thinner than I, what are you gonna do then? You gonna drop me for that person too? So she was serving up some whoop ass with her verbal itch, her verbalness to him to get him to see that it's gonna take a lot more than you trying to put your dead mama love me and want us to be together. She ain't here to speak for herself. Hell, if she was, she'd probably say, y'all need to be together. So I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, Flip Flopper. I enjoyed your antics today, but I'm still gonna need you to step up your game. It's time for you to choose. And if you want to choose wisely between the two evils of men, I think you'll be better off with dollar bill because he's at least gonna tell you where he's coming from. He's not gonna hide anything from you. He's gonna just sharp shoot it all the way with your son taking the 3-pointer and putting it in the basket. Okay, he's gonna overwin or win over your son, and then what you're gonna be? It's gonna be 2 against 1. Okay, meaning he's gonna side with Bill Spencer because he sees that he's all about that money, but he do has a fun heart for you. I think it should have been God, Brooke, then your kids, but however you wanted to put it, that's fine. Whatever, but he didn't have God in there no way. So you see what kind of man she needs to help him understand about life and love. That's something she can teach dollar bill. The only thing he's thinking about is money and security, and the two will go together. And he can make all the love and anything else he want to force with money. Will buy it all. So basically, we need Flip Flopper to be with him to get him to soften up and to put a little bit more in his life. That's something that he cannot buy. It has to come within that person. He has to be on the receiving end. Now, uh, Rusty Dustin, he need to go out there and work for his stuff. He needs to branch off, get him his own design company, and build his stuff under the Maroney / Forrester name because he's been given everything. He don't know. He's a nurturer. But he's still that pathetic person that feels he's going to make stuff happen. But he's more of a manipulator to get what he wants. When Dollar Bill, he's just a hard working man and he's going to succeed in anything business related. So he can stay on top of what he feels is on top, where he can be the mover and the shaker and the one dictating, not on the receiving end of getting somebody else telling him what to do. So those are the two, parallels you have or comparisons you have between the two men. And I wish you just choose the right one this time. Okay. But hey, it was a good day on the soap opera world for the Bold and the Beautiful, presented to us by CBS. So I'm like, hey, liking the combination, liking the episode today. The writers were on point. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. Okay. So you all join me again on tomorrow for more Bold and a Beautiful recap and review of that particular episode that they're giving us. Okay. And that will be for Friday, November the 18th. Okay, guys. But this was November the 17th episode that aired on Thursday. All right, you guys be blessed. Take care. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, please, please subscribe to my channel and tell many of your family and friends about my station that I do on my channel, The Bold and the Beautiful. Dib and dab with the young and the restless. Still haven't got my full attention, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I give y'all what I got. Okay, when I'm reviewing a soap opera show. All right, but remember to subscribe, like, and share my videos, and I will see y'all very soon, God willing. Thank you, and bye-bye.